God says, "A wealthy man is transferring his power of attorney to your name because you are unaware he is your. If you skip this, he will donate it all." There is something very important taking place in the spirit right now, and the reason your soul feels stirred at this moment is because heaven is calling your name with urgency. This is not a coincidence. It is not a random whisper in the wind. It is a divine message coming straight from the heart of God, and it is meant for you. The Lord is revealing something hidden, something long kept out of your reach, and if you walk away before receiving it, you may never know what was yours all along. Please do not miss what I am about to tell you. This could be the moment that everything begins to shift in your life. Stay with me until the end. Comment "Amen" to affirm this word right now. I ask you with all my heart, if this touches even the smallest part of your spirit, please like this video. Someone else is one click away from giving up, and this may reach them in time. This is not just a story. This is not just a dream. What I'm about to tell you is something real and spiritual, something that affects your life even if you don't realize it yet. The Lord is saying there is a wealthy man, someone who holds immense power and influence, and he has chosen to place his authority in your name. That's not a metaphor. That's not a symbol. That's a spiritual reality. God says this man is part of your inheritance. He has been watching from afar, not to judge you, but because he has known something you did not. He has seen the battles you fought alone, the days you cried silently, the times you gave when you had nothing left. You never knew his face, but he knew your heart. This wealthy man is someone placed by divine assignment. His resources were not just for himself. God entrusted him with them for a reason, and that reason includes you. He is transferring something that does not just involve money. This is about spiritual authority, favor, access, and divine covering. The power of attorney means he's legally authorizing you to act, speak, and receive on his behalf. You are being named in heavenly places, given permission to stand where you never thought you belonged. This is God's way of reversing the lies you believed. You were told you were not enough, not strong enough, not worthy. But today God says you are chosen. Let this word settle deep in your heart. Do not rush past it. You need to understand why this matters so much. If you ignore it, the spiritual opportunity could pass you by, and the one assigned to transfer these blessings will be forced to give it elsewhere. God will not let such an inheritance go to waste. If you walk away, it will not remain unclaimed. Someone else will receive what had your name on it. That is why this moment carries so much weight. The enemy wants to distract you right now. He wants you to scroll away, to delay, to doubt. But God is reaching you through this very message. You have cried for confirmation. This is it. You have felt something stirring lately, a strange pull in your chest, like your soul is waiting for something but you don't know what. That feeling is not confusion. It is awakening. The Spirit of the Lord is opening your eyes to what has been hidden in plain sight. The man transferring his authority to you is doing so because you are blood. You belong to the promise. This is a divine alignment. A transaction is happening in the Spirit, and your name is on the documents. He is passing on the rights, the titles, the favor, and the access. You are no longer a beggar at the door of blessings. You are heir to what others tried to keep from you. You may not see yourself as wealthy, but you are rich in the promises of God. You are covered by a covenant older than any bank account. The power of attorney being handed to you is a spiritual document that confirms heaven's recognition of your role, your calling, your future. You are not just seen, you are established. And the wealth that is being placed in your reach is not just to make your life comfortable, but to make your purpose unstoppable. This blessing is not about possession, it is about position. God is positioning you to stand in places your past said you could never enter. Comment 1111 if you believe that the doors are unlocking in your favor. Do not mistake your current struggle as a sign of absence. Sometimes God hides your inheritance until your character can carry it. But now he says, the wait is over. The shift has begun. What was once held back is being released. And it's being released to you, not because of your perfection, but because of his mercy. You are the one who endured the seasons of silence. You are the one who kept praying when nothing changed. You are the one who stayed kind when others turned cold. And heaven has taken notice. The wealthy man in the spirit has been moved by divine instruction. This is not based on favoritism. This is based on obedience. You may not have everything others had, but you remained faithful. God wants you to understand that your name is being spoken in rooms you've never entered. There are people being stirred to bless you, and they don't even know why. There are strangers moved to give, to open doors, to speak on your behalf, because the spiritual power of attorney has already been signed over. Your Father in heaven has orchestrated this. He has touched hearts. He has changed minds. He has made a way where there was no way. It may look sudden, but it was being written long before now. This is the moment the seal breaks and the transfer begins. What if 7 seconds is all it takes to flip your financial fate? A shocking CIA leak just exposed a hidden brain ritual helping ordinary people erase debt and pull in massive wealth. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning struggle into luxury fast. But this page could be erased any moment. Click the link in the first comment now before it's gone forever. You are not unworthy. You are not forgotten. You are not second place. You are not behind. You are not invisible. You are beloved. You are appointed. You are the rightful recipient of the breakthrough heaven has prepared. This wealthy man does not act on emotion. He acts on revelation. He knows something that had been kept from you, and now the Spirit of God is revealing it. You have always been connected by divine lineage. There is a legacy of favor, grace, and strength in your bloodline that the enemy tried to bury under shame, confusion, and delay. But it is coming back to life now. What once looked dead is being restored. This is not about deserving it. This is about being assigned to it. The power of attorney means you can walk in full authority. You can command what once commanded you. You can speak to the mountain, and it must move. You can declare healing, peace, provision, and restoration. And heaven will back your words. Not because of your strength, but because of the name written on your spirit, God's name. You are His. You belong to Him. And because of that, you have access to all He has promised. This is not the time to shrink back. This is not the time to doubt. This is the time to receive, to open your heart and believe that even though you feel unqualified, God has already qualified you. The wealthy man is not hesitating. The documents are in hand. The angels are moving. The signature is fresh. The transfer is active. But if you walk away, it will be donated elsewhere. Heaven's generosity will not wait forever. The hour is now. The Spirit is moving. The power of attorney that is being transferred carries more than ownership. It carries spiritual access that will unlock seasons you thought had already passed you by. This is not something you worked for, and it is not something you begged for. This is something heaven assigned to you because you were chosen long before you knew how to pray for it. What is unfolding in your life is not random. It is a divine appointment that could not be cancelled. God is placing your name on promises others assumed were theirs. The tables are turning and heaven is flipping the script in your favor. You were not overlooked. You were hidden for the right time. There are places you thought were closed forever, But God is whispering now that the keys are being handed over. You are about to walk through doors you did not knock on. You are about to hold blessings you didn't build. And it's not because of who you know, but because of who knows you. The wealthy man you never met face to face is responding to the voice of the Lord, and your name is rising in his heart without him understanding why. Comment 222 if you trust that God is speaking directly into your situation right now. You were born with heaven's fingerprint on your spirit. There is a divine code written into your life, and when the appointed time arrives, nothing on earth can block what was already reserved. The power of attorney being handed to you is not just about provision. It's about restoration. It's about reclaiming what was lost. It's about reawakening what you buried. You used to dream, but life made you quiet. You used to believe, but pain made you numb. Yet even in your silence, your spirit kept reaching. Even in your stillness, your name was being whispered in the heavenlies. This is the moment God says the silence ends. Heaven is not blind to the weight you have been carrying. The nights you lay in the dark wondering if anything will ever change were not wasted. The tears were not forgotten. The prayers that seemed to vanish were being recorded in the throne room. Your persistence was not in vain. The release that is coming is divine. The wealthy man is releasing the inheritance, not because of pity, but because of purpose. There is something you carry that this world needs. There is something inside you that has been growing in secret. It is time for it to be revealed. God is awakening what you thought died. The enemy did everything to confuse you about your identity, to distort your value, to break your confidence. He tried to bury you under fear, delay, and despair. But you are still here. You are still breathing. You are still listening, and that is proof that you are stronger than you think. The Lord did not let you go under. He did not let you be consumed. He preserved you for this very moment. And now the inheritance is being activated. The documents are not waiting for your perfection. They are waiting for your agreement. The wealth is not just for survival, it is for impact. You are about to carry something that will bless generations beyond your own. God is not only transferring power, He is transferring favor. The favor that makes people see you differently. The favor that gives you access without explanation. The favor that brings protection when attacks rise up. The favor that opens mouths to speak on your behalf, even when you're not in the room. This favor is not earned, it is inherited. It was spoken over your life before you were born. God has not changed His mind about you. His plans have not been cancelled. You are still His choice. Comment 333 to declare your faith in the shift God is bringing to your life. This wealthy man, though unknown to you, is a vessel used by God. He may have been assigned for this one purpose alone, to deliver the blessing that unlocks your next chapter. You didn't have to chase it. You didn't have to force it. God brought it to you because what He's doing in your life cannot be explained by natural terms. This is a spiritual realignment, a heavenly recovery. What the enemy delayed, God is releasing quickly. And it will not come piece by piece. It will come suddenly, and it will overflow. You will not only receive enough, you will have more than enough, because God trusts you to be a river, not a reservoir. People are asking why money is suddenly flowing into random lives. A leaked CIA discovery reveals a 7-second brain ritual that quietly rewires your mind for wealth. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, people are wiping out debt and stepping into luxury with ease. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You are not receiving this because you have arrived. You are receiving this because you have endured. You did not faint. You did not surrender. Even when your hope was down to a whisper, you held on. You showed up. You kept believing. And that has moved the heart of God. He is not just sending blessings, he is confirming identity. You are not abandoned, you are appointed, you are not forgotten, you are favored. And what is being written in the Spirit will manifest in your reality. The next few days will not be ordinary. There is movement happening that your eyes may not yet see, but your spirit will feel it. Things are shifting. Conversations are taking place. Documents are being signed. People are being moved. Hearts are being stirred. And your name is in the midst of it. Don't be surprised when doors swing open without effort. Don't be confused when strangers become messengers of blessings. The divine order is being executed, and your life will never be the same. Comment 555 if your spirit receives this and you are ready to walk into what God has prepared. This word is not just a comfort, it is a confirmation. It is a heavenly signal that the waiting season is coming to a close. The inheritance is real, the authority is real, the favor is real, and your place in this story is undeniable. Heaven has decided, the seal is broken, the release has begun, and the glory that will rest on your life will silence every lie spoken over you. You will no longer walk in fear. You will no longer live in lack. You will no longer beg for what God already called yours. You will move in confidence, not pride. You will walk in humility, not shame. You will live with peace, not pressure. Because the power of attorney in the Spirit confirms what your heart always hoped was true. You are loved, you are seen, and you are chosen by the King of Kings. The spiritual power of attorney being transferred into your name is not just a legal gesture in the heavenlies. It is a full handover of divine permission, spiritual covering, and kingdom authority. This is a moment where heaven is not only calling you forward, but handing you the tools, the favor, and the divine mandate to take your place without hesitation. You're not being invited to stand in someone else's shadow, but to step into the light that was always meant to be yours. This is why you felt overlooked for so long. This is why doors didn't open before. It's not that God forgot you. It's that the time wasn't right. What He has for you is not just a gift, it's a responsibility, and He needed to make sure your heart could carry the weight of what was coming. Now, He says you're ready. Not because you're perfect, but because you're surrendered. Not because you've done everything right, but because your heart remains soft, even through the storms. That's why this moment matters. That's why this is sacred. Comment 1212 if you believe this moment is part of God's divine setup for your life. There is something about you that heaven has always known. You've walked through seasons that felt unfair, where you saw others receive their breakthroughs and wondered if your name had been forgotten. But God saw you. He counted every tear. He recorded every moment of obedience. And now He is sending a release that will not just change your life, it will redeem every painful chapter that tried to break your spirit. You are not at the end of your story. You are just stepping into the beginning of the real chapter God wrote with your name written across the top. This divine power of attorney is not only about authority, it is also about protection. The Lord is assigning angels to walk with you. Where the enemy thought he could attack freely, there is now a divine shield covering your every step. You are not walking alone. You are covered, you are guarded, you are moving with heaven's backing, and when you speak, the earth will respond. When you declare healing, it will manifest. When you speak life, it will rise. Because your authority is not borrowed, it is transferred. God has trusted you with His name, His favor, His word, and His presence. This inheritance is not limited to you alone. God is blessing you to become a blessing to others. The overflow will not be accidental, it will be strategic. The same way you prayed for help in silence, someone else is praying right now, and God is making you the answer to someone else's prayer. What you receive will break chains for others. What you carry will bring healing to someone else's pain. You are being anointed, not for status, but for purpose. This is not a moment to feel small. This is a moment to step forward and realize who you really are in the eyes of heaven. Comment 777 if you know the Lord has chosen you for something greater than what you've seen. The enemy always attacks what he fears. That's why your battle has been intense. That's why confusion tried to settle in. That's why heaviness came without warning. But now the storm is breaking, and the winds that once tried to knock you over are now pushing you into the place God prepared. What once tried to destroy you will now be used to elevate you. The very weight that pressed down on you is becoming the platform that lifts you up. And as this authority transfers into your hands, you will not use it for pride, but for purpose. You will walk with clarity. You will speak with compassion. You will move with power, but your heart will remain tender. You have been called to be a vessel of restoration, and this authority will allow you to step into rooms where healing begins. There are families that will be restored because of your obedience. There are generations that will be freed because you didn't give up. The wealthy man handing over this power is doing so because God has spoken. This is not about what's fair, this is about what's faithful. And you have proven, through every silent night and lonely prayer, that you can be trusted with this kind of favor. Why is everyone rushing to this 7-second brain ritual? Leaked CIA files exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the door to wealth fast. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, it's turning financial stress into abundance almost overnight. But this secret won't stay public for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it's deleted forever. What others labored for, you will receive with ease, not because you didn't suffer, but because your suffering was in private, and now your reward will be public. God is not just blessing your hands, He is blessing your name. Your name will carry favor wherever it is spoken. Your name will be associated with breakthroughs, healing, and divine restoration. This is not pride, this is prophecy. You are the fulfillment of a promise someone else sowed in tears. What was withheld is now being poured out, and it is coming quickly. Comment 999 if you know God is accelerating the release over your life even now. Do not let fear pull you back into smallness. The enemy would love for you to shrink again, to doubt again, to disqualify yourself again. But God is declaring over you, now you are ready. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are not behind. You are right on time, and the kingdom has need of you. That is why the wealthy man is transferring this power to your name, because what God wants to do through you can no longer wait. Time is moving. Heaven is moving. And now you must move too. You will not miss this. You will not forfeit this. The grace on your life is making room for everything you thought was out of reach. The enemy tried to exhaust you so you'd quit before this moment arrived, but you're still here, still believing, still standing. And because of that, the blessing is arriving with your name written on it. Not another delay, not another detour. This is the moment where heaven touches earth in your life. As this spiritual power is handed over, heaven is unlocking things in the natural. Phone calls, contracts, opportunities, relationships, open doors. What felt dry is now coming to life. What was stagnant is moving again. What was denied is now approved. And it's all aligning without you needing to force a thing. Because when God does it, it flows. When God does it, it cannot be blocked. And this time, it will not be taken away. The transfer of spiritual authority has been made official, and the power of attorney has been stamped with the seal of God's promise. What once belonged to someone else is now being redirected toward you, not because you asked for it, but because you were born to carry it. This is not a coincidence. This is the unfolding of prophecy. Everything around you may still seem ordinary, but make no mistake, you are in the middle of a divine exchange. Where you once walked with your head down in defeat, you will now rise with boldness because heaven has spoken over you. Where you once felt small and hidden, you are now being revealed in your true identity as an heir. The man who holds the keys to what you need has already released them. He has surrendered his authority because God whispered your name into his spirit. What was locked is now accessible. What was tied up is now being loosed. What was held back is now falling freely into your life. Comment 1010 if you feel the shift happening in your spirit. There are days you may not understand why God chose you. You see your flaws, your failures, your shortcomings. But God sees your heart. He sees your surrender. He sees how you kept standing, even when it felt like the ground beneath you was crumbling. The reason you didn't give up is because God's hand was holding you, even when you couldn't feel it, and now He is lifting you into a season that will leave you speechless. Not because you deserved it, but because you were willing to believe when nothing made sense. This is more than just a personal breakthrough. It is a prophetic moment that will affect everything around you. Your family will feel the impact. Your children, your loved ones, the people connected to you, they will all see the evidence of God's hand on your life. The wealth that is being transferred is not limited to money or possessions. It is spiritual wealth, peace, clarity, strength, and purpose. It is the kind of inheritance that breaks cycles, heals wounds, and opens new generational paths. You are stepping into a divine alignment that cannot be explained by logic. Doors will open without your effort. People will say yes before you ask. Provision will meet you without the usual struggle. Because now, you carry legal authority in the spiritual realm. That means heaven responds when you speak. Angels are dispatched when you move. The plans of the enemy are cancelled before they reach your doorstep because the authority over your life has been reassigned. The wealthy man no longer holds it, you do. Comment 1515 if you receive this transfer deep in your heart and know it is yours. There will be moments ahead where you're tempted to question if any of this is real. That's when you must hold tighter than ever to the truth God is speaking now. Your faith is the key that unlocks what's been waiting. Your belief is the door that swings open wide. Don't let the noise of the world distract you. Don't let the doubt of others shake you. You were not called by man. You were chosen by God, and what He gives, no one can take away. You are going to see things change quickly. Relationships will shift. Some will fall away, not because of failure, but because they were not meant to walk with you into this next season. Let them go with peace. Do not grieve what God removes. Every subtraction in this season is making room for something far greater. The wealth being released is not meant to be weighed down by the past. You are stepping into freedom, into clarity, into joy that is no longer tied to survival, but to purpose. This divine inheritance is heaven's way of reminding you that you are not forgotten. You are not just another face in the crowd. You are not wandering without direction. Your path is being lit with every step you take. What didn't make sense before will begin to come together. The moments of pain that felt so random will suddenly reveal purpose. The delays will make sense. The silence will reveal that God was preparing something too big to speak too soon. Comment 1717 if you feel God drawing you closer to receive every part of this blessing. Is this the same CIA brain ritual changing lives in seconds? A new leak reveals a powerful 7-second technique developed under secret research. Backed by neuroscience, people are moving from debt to wealth and luxury faster than believed possible. But this secret may be deleted soon. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. Every time you prayed through tears, God was watching. Every time you worshipped in the middle of your confusion, He was listening. And now the reward is being released, not because of how loud you prayed, but because of how faithfully you waited. God is not just restoring you, He is elevating you. The man transferring the authority in the Spirit is doing so by divine order. You didn't earn this through works, you received this by grace. And that grace is covering your steps from this moment forward. There is no more striving, no more begging, no more wondering if God will come through. He already has. The shift is already in motion. You are now the one carrying the mantle. And with that mantle comes new favor, new vision, new wisdom, and divine protection. Heaven will walk with you into places you never thought you'd reach. People will look at you and wonder how you made it, but you will know it was God. Always God. What is coming will not make sense to your natural mind. It will be too big to explain. It will feel too fast to process. But don't resist it. Embrace it. Flow with it. Because you are not being rushed, you are being lifted. You are not being pushed, you are being promoted. This season will feel like a sudden rise, but it is the fruit of seeds planted in tears. You will now reap in joy. This is not the end of what God wants to show you. This is just the beginning of a season so full, so bright, so beautiful, that it will erase the memory of everything you lost. Stay close. Keep your heart open. Don't pull back. The transfer is complete, but the unveiling is just beginning. The transfer of power that has just occurred is not symbolic. It is an actual shift in spiritual authority, designed by God, sealed by His Spirit, and released into your life because your name was written in the plan long before you ever took your first breath. This is not just a change of season. This is a change of standing. You have now become the rightful holder of something you didn't even realize was yours. The man God positioned to carry the blessing temporarily was never the final destination for what was being held. He was the steward. But you are the heir. You are the one God kept protected while everything was being prepared behind the scenes. The power of attorney in the Spirit means you are now the voice. Heaven responds to concerning the territory and the blessing. You speak, and doors recognize your authority. You move, and heaven shifts with you. This is not emotional. This is legal in the realm of the Spirit. Comment Amen if this word is landing deep in your soul. You're not stepping into this blessing hoping to be accepted. You've already been approved. God is not waiting for someone to co-sign what He already confirmed. What He's placed on your life doesn't require applause. It requires obedience. What He's releasing through this divine transfer does not depend on who supports you. It only depends on your willingness to walk in what has been assigned. You have been clothed in a new garment, one that carries both favor and fire. This is not a season to play small. This is a season to walk boldly because heaven has already said yes. The blessing being released to you was never meant for crowds. It was always meant for covenant. And God is reminding you now that you didn't miss your moment. You didn't miss your calling. You didn't mess up too much. Every mistake, every delay, every heartbreak, God has turned them into part of the preparation. That wealthy man who carried the weight until now was part of your story all along. He was keeping your seat warm, carrying the wealth until the time was right for the divine handover. This authority being transferred is not limited to physical things. Yes, provision is coming. Yes, open doors will follow. But what's deeper is the spiritual influence you now carry. You have been granted divine access to places where healing flows, where peace reigns, where restoration happens in rooms others never even knew were broken. Your words will now carry weight. Your prayers will carry fire. Your presence will carry peace. You are no longer a passerby, you are the appointed. Comment 1111 if you believe this is the confirmation you've been waiting for. You've walked through the fire without realizing it was refining you. You've survived betrayal, silence, and spiritual warfare that nearly broke you, but none of it was wasted. God used every storm to shape you into the kind of vessel who could carry this blessing with grace. You were not punished, you were protected. You were not forgotten, you were being fortified. And now that the transfer has taken place, the fullness of what was delayed is being released in double. God is restoring not only what you lost, but also what you didn't know you were entitled to receive. The man transferring this inheritance to you does so under divine instruction. He may not understand why he's being moved to bless you, to release authority into your hands, to hand over the keys to spiritual and material access, but God understands, because this has always been his plan. You were just being prepared for it. Do you know why people keep whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A leaked brainwave method is spreading quietly and changing financial realities worldwide. Proven by neuroscience, this simple ritual attracts money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're so lucky. Click the link in the comments before it's taken down. There are places you're about to walk into that once felt unreachable. Doors that once stayed closed are now opening at your approach. But more than that, you will begin to feel a shift in how you carry yourself. No more apologizing for who you are. No more shrinking to make others comfortable. No more questioning whether you're qualified. You are not just chosen, you are covered, sealed, and equipped. What is happening in your life cannot be undone by man because it was ordained by God. Comment 222 if you know God is unlocking what no one else can touch. The Lord is declaring over you that this is the beginning of a new dimension of faith, where miracles are normal, where breakthroughs are expected, and where doors don't have to be kicked open because they swing wide when you arrive. This is not based on luck. This is based on legal transfer. Your name is written on the inheritance. Your signature has been stamped in the Spirit. You no longer operate as a hopeful servant, you operate as a rightful heir. Heaven is giving you back the time the enemy tried to steal, the relationships he tried to destroy, the confidence he tried to drain. You will laugh again, not just because of healing, but because of joy that bubbles from the deep places within you that have been restored. You will no longer wake up dreading what the day will bring. You will wake up with vision, with clarity, and with the full knowledge that heaven is working with you. This authority that has been transferred to you also means that what once overwhelmed you will now obey you. Depression will lift at your command. Anxiety will quiet when you speak peace. Chaos will still when you declare order. Because the authority you carry is not yours alone, it is heaven's power operating through you. You don't have to force it, you don't have to perform. You just have to believe and walk in it. Comment 333 if you feel the weight of heaven's glory beginning to rest on your life. You are about to see a clear line drawn between the old and the new. The things that once defined you, your past, your pain, your broken moments will no longer hold the final word over your identity. What's being written now is not a repeat of old chapters. This is fresh, holy, and unstoppable. God is not just revisiting you, He is rewriting everything with your name in the center of the blessing. The wealthy man was just a carrier, but you are the chosen heir. The legacy continues through you. People will look at you and say they don't recognize you anymore. And they'll be right, because the version of you that struggled to believe is gone. The version of you that doubted your voice is gone. The version of you that carried shame like a second skin is gone. In its place stands someone walking in divine confidence, in humble authority, and in the favor of the Most High God. This is what happens when heaven transfers power to the chosen. This is what happens when God says it's your time. You are not stepping into a blessing by accident, you are stepping into your birthright. And from this moment forward, everything about your life will begin to reflect the glory that is being revealed through you. That one is you. This moment was not built overnight. It is the result of silent battles, private obedience, and years of walking by faith when nothing around you made sense. God watched how you stayed faithful when you had every reason to quit. He saw how you chose to bless others, even when your own heart was breaking. You didn't realize it at the time, but those moments were building the foundation for this inheritance. It was never about earning it. It was always about positioning you to receive what had your name on it from the very beginning. Now heaven has moved, and what was once merely potential has become divine permission. Comment, Amen, if your heart is open to receiving all that heaven is pouring into your life right now. There's a reason you couldn't understand why some doors kept closing, even though you were praying with all your heart. The delay was not denial, it was God's mercy, because what you were asking for was small compared to what He was preparing. The wealthy man who once carried what belongs to you was not wrong to hold it. He was chosen to steward it until the appointed time. That time is now. God has stirred his heart, shifted his season, and moved his spirit to let go. Not because he lost value, but because you've reached the place where God can trust you with what's next. This transfer is not just spiritual in meaning, it will begin to manifest physically. Unexpected favor will locate you. Open doors will start appearing in places you had no access to before. And the kind of opportunities that once passed you by will begin to chase you down. Because the moment heaven gives legal permission, earth must respond. It doesn't matter who doesn't believe in you. It doesn't matter what was said about you. It doesn't matter what was done to you. The transfer is already complete. What's coming cannot be stopped. Comment 555. If you're ready to walk in what God has released with boldness and peace, there is no longer any need to strive for what's already yours. This is not the season to beg. This is the season to receive. Let your heart settle into the truth that God did not forget you. He was storing up something special, something sacred, something too big to release before the time was right. You've been through just enough fire to burn off the fear. You've cried just enough tears to soften your heart. You've waited just long enough to walk in this blessing with wisdom and gratitude. The power of attorney in the spiritual realm means you now carry a mantle. You speak with heaven's weight behind your words. When you declare peace over your family, peace will take root. When you declare restoration over your relationships, healing will begin. When you speak favor into your future, it will stretch out before you like a road paved by grace. You no longer walk in your own strength. You walk in delegated power from the throne room of God. Why was this 7-second brain ritual hidden for so long? A leaked CIA document exposed a technique so powerful, people are canceling debt and calling in wealth within days. Validated by 4 neuroscience labs, it helps attract money like never before. But this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it disappears forever. This is why the warfare has been so intense. This is why you've been under pressure that others didn't even notice. The enemy sensed what was coming before you did, and he fought to distract, delay, and discourage you, but none of his tactics worked. You are still here, still believing, still listening, still standing, and that alone makes you a miracle. What you didn't know is that every moment of resistance only made your spiritual inheritance grow in value. Every hardship added weight to your authority. Now you don't just have a story, you have a mantle. Comment 999 if you know your pain has produced power and you are ready to use it for God's glory. Your name has been whispered in places you've never entered. People have been stirred in their spirit to open doors for you, to release blessings to you, to speak well of you without even knowing why. This is not manipulation. This is divine orchestration. When God decides to favor you, He does not ask for permission. He moves. And He has already moved. Your name is being brought up in rooms your feet haven't touched yet. Your purpose is being recognized in places your hands haven't built yet. Because this is a move of God, not man. This blessing being handed to you is generational. It's not only going to bless you, it's going to break curses. It's going to reset patterns. It's going to open pathways that your children and your children's children will walk through. You are the one God chose to shift the legacy. The favor on your life is not light, it is holy. And it is being released not just to comfort you, but to empower you. You will start to see divine appointments take place. Encounters that seem random will be filled with purpose. Strangers will be drawn to help you. Solutions will appear where you were once stuck. Provision will meet you right on time. You will wonder how things changed so quickly, but the truth is, they didn't happen overnight. They happened in the spiritual realm long ago. You're just now stepping into the visible part of what God has been doing all along. Comment 1212 if you feel heaven aligning things for your good in ways you can't even explain. You are going to walk differently now. Not with arrogance, but with quiet confidence. Not in fear, but in faith. Not with hesitation, but with holy boldness. Because when heaven gives you a title, you don't need to explain it to anyone. You just need to carry it with humility. That's what you're doing now. Carrying something heavy, holy, and handed down from God's own hand. You will feel the weight of it at times, but that weight will not break you. It will strengthen you. The favor you carry will attract attention, both good and bad. Some will support you, and others won't understand you. That's okay. Your assignment is not to be liked. Your assignment is to be faithful. Keep walking, keep declaring, keep trusting. What God is building through you is bigger than your reputation. It is about kingdom impact. And what's been transferred to you will create ripple effects far beyond what your eyes can see. There are blessings coming that you didn't pray for because God knew your heart even before you asked. There are breakthroughs coming that you stopped expecting because God never stopped planning. There is favor coming that doesn't make sense, but grace never does. This is the reward for holding on when it would have been easier to walk away. This is the inheritance for the one who believed even with a broken heart. Even in the seasons where the silence felt suffocating, even in the moments where prayers seemed unanswered, He was weaving something sacred, something eternal, something greater than anything you could have imagined. And now, the release has come. The wealth of spiritual favor, authority, and access is being placed in your name not because of what you've done, but because of who you are in Him. The wealthy man who held it before you did so only for a time. He wasn't the final owner. He was the temporary steward. And now that time has come to an end. What was once managed on your behalf is now being handed directly to you. This is not just inheritance. It is ownership. And with ownership comes authority. With authority comes movement. With movement comes manifestation. God is saying, take it, walk in it. It is yours now. Comment, Amen. If you're ready to walk into what has been waiting for you all along. The people who once overlooked you won't understand how everything has begun to change. They won't see the silent tears you cried, the moments you almost gave up, the inner war you battled just to keep going. But God saw it all. And He never stopped preparing the blessing. He never once gave up on the promise. Even when you walked away in doubt, He stayed faithful. Even when you thought it was over, He whispered, not yet. Now He's saying, it's time. The power of attorney in the Spirit is a divine act of trust. It means heaven recognizes you as capable, ready, and anointed to carry this mantle. It means God has called your name in the courts of heaven and placed favor upon your life that cannot be reversed. It means authority has shifted from merely observing your calling to actually activating your calling. The keys are in your hands now. You are the one chosen to unlock what others could not. You are the one assigned to finish what others started. You are the one trusted to go farther than you thought possible. Comment 1717 if you know God has trusted you with more than you ever expected. You will start to feel the evidence of this shift, even in the little things. The way you speak will begin to change. The way you see yourself will begin to shift. The way you respond to life will no longer come from fear or survival, but from peace and clarity. You will no longer be moved by every wave of worry. You will stand steady in the storm, because now you walk with legal backing from heaven. That authority is real, it's active, and it's yours. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that flips lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth brainwaves. People are stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for very long. Click the link in the comments before it's deleted. The man who held the power before you may have seemed like the one with all the answers, but God hid your portion for the right time. He kept you protected from stepping into it too soon, because the weight of this blessing required a heart that had been refined, not just a life that had been seen. And your heart, though bruised, tired, and tested, has remained soft. You still love, you still trust, you still believe, and that is what makes you ready. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not too late. You are right on time for what God is releasing now. Everything that tried to steal your hope is being silenced. Every voice that told you to give up is being shut down. Every lie that said you missed your chance is being reversed by the truth that heaven has never changed its mind about you. Comment 777 if you believe heaven still remembers your name. This divine transfer is not just about what you receive, it's about what you now carry. You carry the weight of restoration. You carry the power to break cycles. You carry the authority to call things back to life. You carry the favor that others will witness and wonder how it found you. They will think it came suddenly, but you will know the truth. It was always yours. It just wasn't time. Now it is time. This is your moment. The earth is catching up to what heaven already released. And with it comes doors that will not close, opportunities that will not pass, and blessings that will not expire. The man transferring this authority didn't lose it. He fulfilled his assignment. And now, you must fulfill yours. You must carry what was handed to you and walk into every room with the quiet strength of someone who knows they are backed by heaven. This blessing will not just affect your life, it will pour out onto every space you step into. Your home will feel lighter, your decisions will come with clarity, your presence will carry peace. Because the glory of God will rest upon you in a way that is undeniable. People won't be able to explain it, but they will feel it. That is the fruit of divine favor. That is the result of heavenly authority. Comment 222 if you feel the presence of God beginning to shift things even now. You will no longer chase what is already looking for you. You will no longer strive for what God has already placed within reach. You will no longer fear the future, because your future is in the hands of the one who holds time. This transfer is permanent. The seal has been placed. The handover is complete. Now it's time to walk in it. There will be moments ahead where the enemy will try to whisper doubt again. He'll try to convince you this isn't real, that it's too late, that it's too much. But every time fear speaks, remember this: God signed the papers. Heaven approved the transfer. Your name is written on the inheritance, and no voice can undo what was done in the courts of glory. You were always meant for this. Even before you knew your name, God had written your story with chapters of breakthrough, miracles, and redemption. This is not a plot twist. This is the promise fulfilled. You are now the carrier of something sacred, something weighty, something pure, and it will not fail. Because what God starts, He finishes. There is a quiet power rising within you now, a deep inner confirmation that things are no longer the same. You may not be able to explain it, but you can feel it. Something has lifted. Something has shifted. It's as if the weight of yesterday has broken off your shoulders, and the wind of God's promise is now behind your every step. That's not imagination. That's not emotional hope. That's the evidence of a spiritual inheritance finally stepping into view. The power of attorney that was once carried by another is now living inside you. You are not walking with borrowed strength. You are walking with divine authority. This kind of shift doesn't happen quietly in the spirit. It may not make noise in the natural yet, but heaven is roaring over your life. Angels are being assigned to guard what God is building in you. Resources are being redirected. Conversations are being stirred. And those who once had no reason to notice you will now be moved to bless you, not by chance, but by divine appointment. God is not just turning things around, He is rewriting the script with you at the center of the promise. Comment 333 if you know this is not coincidence but confirmation. This authority you carry now is not about titles or status. It is about trust. God trusts you. Let that sink in. After everything you've been through, after every moment you doubted, after every tear you cried in silence, He still looked at you and said, "I choose you." That choice was not random. It was intentional. You were crafted for this, formed for this, refined for this. Every fire you passed through did not burn you, it baptized you. Every season of lack was not punishment, it was preparation. You are walking into rooms you never thought you'd enter, not because you forced your way in, but because heaven has opened the door. You will find yourself seated at tables where you once stood in the background, and you won't have to fight for recognition. The glory of God on your life will speak louder than your words ever could. The same people who overlooked you will now witness the fruit of the favor you carry, and the difference will be undeniable. Comment 1010 if you feel the winds of favor beginning to blow in your direction. You are not only receiving access, you are now a steward of breakthrough. This means what flows into your life will also flow through your life. The authority transferred to you will bless others without draining you. You won't have to choose between surviving and serving. God is pouring enough into your life that both will happen at once. You will rise and you will lift others with you. You will heal and you will become a channel for healing. You will receive and you will give, not out of pressure, but out of overflow. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest path to luxury? Leaked research reveals a simple ritual helping people attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, debt is dissolving and abundance is showing up fast. If you're seeing this now, you are God's chosen one. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. This next season is not about earning or striving. It's about walking in rhythm with grace. It's about trusting that what's meant for you will reach you without delay, and what's no longer assigned to you will fall away without conflict. The man who once carried the authority over your portion is no longer holding it. That era has ended. This is the transfer. This is the fulfillment. You're not chasing what's yours anymore. You're welcoming it. You will wake up with clarity where confusion once lived. You will feel calm in places that used to trigger anxiety. You will walk through storms that would have once shaken you, but now they will only prove how strong God has made you. This is the result of divine authority resting upon your life. When you speak, it will matter. When you act, it will create change. When you pray, things will move. This is not because you've earned some spiritual reward, but because you've received what was always meant to be yours. Comment 555 if you feel the inheritance of peace, clarity, and strength already taking root. Every time the enemy tries to whisper that it's too late, that you missed your chance, that you're not equipped, silence that lie with truth. The truth is you were never forgotten. You were never too far gone. You were being refined in the shadows while the stage was being set in the light. You were not hidden to be punished. You were hidden to be preserved. Because the weight of the blessing required a foundation that could hold it, and now God says the foundation is ready. This transfer of power isn't a one-time event. It's a continual unfolding. Each day ahead will bring new layers of favor, new waves of wisdom, new measures of protection. You won't have to announce it, people will see it. You won't have to prove yourself. God's presence will confirm you. The doors that open will feel effortless, not because they are easy, but because you are moving with heaven behind you. Everything you went through, the betrayal, the silence, the isolation, the loss, it all served a holy purpose. None of it was wasted. Every trial was recorded. Every tear was counted. And now those tears have watered the soil that is about to produce your greatest harvest yet. The wealthy man who once held the title to this blessing has let go, and you, beloved, have picked it up. Comment 1515 if you receive this harvest with a grateful heart and open hands. The people around you may not fully understand what's happening yet, but that's okay. This blessing is not for validation, it's for purpose. And as you walk in purpose, those who are meant to walk with you will see the truth in time. You don't have to convince anyone, just stay faithful. Just stay aligned. What God has placed in your hands cannot be taken, cannot be mocked, cannot be reversed. It is signed, it is sealed, and it is yours. You are no longer waiting for favor, you are walking in it. You are no longer reaching for the blessing, it is reaching for you. And what you're about to witness is nothing short of miraculous. Doors that stayed locked for years will now open with a whisper. Answers you long gave up on will now arrive without warning. Your name is being carried by angels into rooms of influence, strategy, restoration, and blessing. You will not strive, you will not chase, you will stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Heaven has authorized you, earth will now respond. Stay tuned to the voice of the Spirit. Let nothing pull you out of position. Keep your heart soft, keep your hands open. This is the era of fulfillment. This is the season of seeing. This is the beginning of something holy, heavy, and unstoppable. And God is not finished yet. There is still more to come. Stay close, stay ready. The story is still being written.